We've grown from basically a service company. Me, a tool bag, a willingness to repair some equipment. I wanted to be a tool in the toolbox for anybody in the area that needed anything we had to offer. Service call was the beginnings. We went out and we repaired equipment. Some people brought us equipment. It was basically a service company specifically for the coffee industry here in Kansas City. But we saw several needs, and anytime we'd see a need that wasn't being fulfilled, we would try to fill it. I challenge myself all the time to try to be that positive influence because I owe them a lot. If they weren't doing what they do, we couldn't do what we do. When we moved into this space of 15,000 square feet, we knew we needed to utilize it. We wanted to develop a brick and mortar pro shop for the coffee scene. What we've got here is a toy store for the coffee curious. Whether it's the newest item that has come out that you'd like to play with but don't really want to get online and invest that money, chances are we're going to bring it in. Again, trying to fulfill a need in the coffee scene, we knew that we wanted to educate people, and we can only do so much standing in front of their machine. Well, we got with the Specialty Coffee Association, and they would certify labs around the country. We decided that's going to be our core. One of the pathways that they offer is a roasting pathway. Well, like I said, you can't drink a single cup of coffee unless it's been roasted. So we've got the equipment here to not only learn how to roast on the big roasters, but if you're going to be a roaster that's buying coffees, roasting it out there, you need to do sample roast. A lot of people may not have seen what green coffee looks like, Dagus. It is actually kind of green. This is what we call our lab. It's a sensory lab. Many of the pathways that are taught are developed right here. A cup tasters or coffee tasters pathway is another one. You can't buy good coffee if you can't discern the difference between coffees, and so smelling and tasting, all that is very important. Green buying, we can teach things that would enable you to buy coffee with confidence. So we get people from all over the world that's wanting to put those certifications in their back pocket. But we also open this up so that we can have some triangulation evening events for people off the street. So it's not just for serious coffee people. We actually have fun in here too. Last but not least is the barista skill sets. This area, multifunctional area, but primarily we use it to train baristas. That's exact physical dimensions and set up for the national and world competition layout if you're going to compete as a barista. And so we offer this up for anyone in the area that wants to compete. They can come in free of charge, and as long as they bring all their milk and their coffee and things like that. So that's physically the four aspects of it. What makes Kansas City so collaborative, I think part of it is the Midwest hospitality that we naturally have. If you're a coffee enthusiast and you enter into a conversation with them, that barista for that shop will probably offer up suggestions for other shops. And that doesn't happen everywhere. It's very collaborative across the roasters' borders. Because I am at all these coffee shops around here, I know what each one of them does best, at least for me. Oddly correct. They do pour overs better than anyone because that's what they do. Filling station, they knock a cappuccino out of the park. If original single origin espressos are your thing, go to second best. Traditional macchiato, you go to PT's, you get that. There's a dried cherry finish that you would swear someone put a cherry mash in there and just crumbled it up. It's got some chocolateness to it, and it's gorgeous. Thou mayest. They've constantly got something new that they're experimenting with. If you're willing to say, surprise me with something I can't get anywhere else and I've never had before, they've got 2 or 3 items on the menu that's just going to wow you. Well, we would not be able to do what we do if it weren't for the fact that all these coffee shops and the characters that make up what we know as the Midwest coffee scene if they weren't doing what they do really, really well. There's over 20 roasters in Kansas City and well over 100 dedicated coffee shops to just primarily coffee. What that brings to Kansas City is if you come to Kansas City or if you live in Kansas City and go to just about any coffee shop, you're going to have a pretty good experience. It's going to relate to some of the best coffee shops out there in the world.